Hello, good afternoon. Here one match the following question is there. How to match the column A with column B? First here column A, please read. First Bernoulli's theorem, second equation of continuity, third Kepler's second law, fourth first law of thermodynamics, fifth nuclear decay. These are column A. Column B, conservation of energy, conservation of momentum, conservation of angular momentum, conservation of mass. That is column B. So here we have to match column A with the column B. First, if you see Bernoulli's theorem, what is the statement of Bernoulli's theorem? The sum of pressure energy, potential energy and kinetic energy of incompressible non-viscous fluid always remains constant. So here the sum of energies constant means that Bernoulli's theorem is consequence of law of conservation of energy. That is correct. So one is matching with A. Next, second, equation of continuity. Equation of continuity states that the mass of liquid or fluid passing through a cross section per unit time remains constant. So here mass constant given in the statement. So equation of continuity is the result of or consequence of law of conservation of mass. So 2 is matching with D. That is correct. Next, third, Kepler's second law. Kepler's second law is law of areas that states that the planet sweeps equal areas in equal intervals of time. So here if you take aerial velocity remains constant and finally it is equivalent to L by 2m. dA by dt is equal to L by 2m. That is Kepler's second law result. Here for given planet m is constant, automatically dA by dt is constant means automatically L is constant. L represents angular momentum. So Kepler's second law is consequence of law of conservation of angular momentum. That is correct matching. So 3 is correct with C. Next, fourth, first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics, what is equation? dq is equal to du plus dw. Here left hand side dq represents heat energy, right side du is internal energy and dw is work done. So overall on both sides energy remains constant. So first law of thermodynamics is correct that for conservation of energy. So 4 also matching with A. Next, nuclear decay. Here suppose a stationary nucleus decays into 2 parts. Then both parts will move with same linear momentum but direction opposite. That means it is nothing but conservation of linear momentum. So nuclear decay is consequence of law of conservation of momentum. So 5 is correct with B. So Bernoulli's theorem is conservation of energy. Equation of continuity is consequence of conservation of mass. Kepler's second law is consequence of law of conservation of angular momentum. First law of thermodynamics is also consequence of law of conservation of energy. Nuclear decay is consequence of law of conservation of momentum. So correct answer is this. Thank you.